The plan of the Ten Kingdoms, the Club of Rome, and the plan of world governance. Since the founding in 1968, the Club of Rome has emerged as a group of thinkers, scientists, former politicians, and technocrats with the aim of examining the limits. However, for many analysts, the Club of Rome is a laboratory of ideas that promotes globalization. The Ten Kingdoms Plan, in 1974, in a study titled Regionalization and Adaptive Model of the Global World System, the Club of Rome proposed dividing the planet into 10 geo-economic regions. This model did not simply predict future interactions between states, but mapped it out, a new centralized world map divided not based on national identities, but economic and strategic zones of influence. A note in the photo here, number 1 is America with Canada and Greenland. When Trump talks about annexing Canada and Greenland, this is not a new idea. The Ten Kingdoms Plan is from 1974. So you can see that at the upper left-hand side here. The 10 regions, including blocks such as North America, Western Europe, Japan, Latin America, China, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe and Russia, and North Africa and the Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and this is the sources from the Club of Rome, Regionalized World System 1974 map. The Club of Rome, using scientific discourse as a vehicle, has actively contributed to promoting globalization through concepts such as 1. The global economic stability, 2. Sustainable development, 3. Transnational management of resources and populations. These are presented as solutions to climate change, poverty, migration, and inequality. However, behind these concepts, a model of centralized power is hidden that is not controlled by democratically elected institutions. The Limits to Growth Report, 1972, is a study published in 1972 by the Club of Rome and prepared by a team of MIT researchers. It's a scientific study and simulation that attempts to predict how the future of humanity will evolve in relation to economic development, population growth, and consumption of natural resources. And basically, the study became world famous because it predicted catastrophic scenarios of overpopulation, depletion of natural resources, and economic collapse. The Club of Rome does not operate in isolation. Together with the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, and the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab's WEF as we know it, it creates a system of political influence and strategic coordination. Members of these organizations often appear in multiple positions of power: governments, central banks, multinationals, and media. This group, quote unquote, influences international developments without accountability to its citizens. The Club of Rome may present itself as a scientific and neutral organization, but its actions and models lead to the conclusion that it's not just an organization, but an active agent of globalization. The 10 Areas Plan was a prediction and preparation for a world with a unified structure, far from national sovereignty, in an era where the concept of democracy is often bypassed by global policies and decisions behind closed doors. And finally, who really rules the planet? And what is our place as citizens within this New World Order? This hidden agenda, it's no secret that important figures on the international scene have openly referred to the need for population control. Characteristic statements: 1. Jacques Attali, former advisor to Mitterrand of France, member of the Club of Rome, has said euthanasia should be considered a tool of demographic control. When you are over 60 to 65, you live longer than you produce, and you cost society dearly. 2. Bill Gates, in a TED talk, said if we do a really good job with vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health, we may be able to, and I'm not going to say the rest. 3. Club of Rome in the report, The First Global Revolution states, The common enemy of humanity is man. Global warming, water scarcity, hunger, etc. are symptoms. The real enemy is man himself. For a reduction of the 2/3 of the world's population to occur, as they've suggested, would require world historic events, not just a policy change, but some possible scenarios. One, economic collapse and extreme poverty. The global economy today is already fragile. A generalized economic crash could bring mass unemployment, hunger, social conflicts, and violent destabilization. Two, global hunger and energy crisis. As early as 2022 to 24, we see shortages of basic foods, artificial fertilizer crises, closure of agricultural units, for example, in the Netherlands, with farm closures. And this is part of green policies transitioning that affect nutritional adequacy. Three, new pandemics. After COVID, the door opened to new generation biological mishaps and weapons. There's already talk of disease X. Four, global nuclear and technological war with the proliferation of drones, AI weapons, and cyber war. A short but direct, deadly war does not seem at all unlikely. So these are not simple theories. What was called conspiracy theory 20 years ago is now openly declared at global conferences, UNWF reports in the media. Population control, reducing the human impact on the planet, artificial intelligence, replacement for human labor, and digital money, CBDC, with the ability to deactivate funds. So all of these are not theories, they're planned agendas, it appears, that are gradually going to be implemented. Are all the pieces being assembled? One, digitalization of economy. Two, reliance on digital identity. Three, social credit system, its process by which a single national file is compiled for individuals and legal entities based on which their activity is evaluated, and based on their evaluation they are punished or rewarded. Four, information control and censorship. Five, climate panic. Six, pandemic preparedness. Seven, global disaster exercises. Eight, artificial intelligence and critical positions. So all of this makes us wonder, is it not a coincidence? Is all of this leading step by step to a society with fewer people and more control? Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.